What is going on, guys? It's Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. I titled this for immediate release because this is really important. I received a text message at 4:30 a.m. essentially from one of our Foogle family members from Russia, stating that they got a text message stating they should get one of the first flights home from Russia to the U.S., and that text message came from the U.S. Embassy. Now, from the news, you will see that yesterday, Ukraine, the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine actually did tell American citizens to leave or to evacuate. In fact, most countries, their embassy told their people to leave and evacuate Ukraine. That's all over the place. I have not seen anything about U.S. embassies telling people to leave Russia. At the same time, I have multiple pieces I'm going to add. All of the sources for my work here today will be over on marfooglenews.com in just a few hours. I tried to get a hold of Dex. Dex is not up yet. He's 3 hours later in Georgia. He may be up. It's 8:30, but he may not have his phone on yet. Also, big developments. So now we're starting to see on Twitter, there are now videos, and now there is actual confirmation from TASS and RT and all of the other media outlets that Moscow just moved in at least 5 surface-to-air missiles into Moscow. We have video of trains and trains and trains of these S400 air defense systems being trained right into Moscow. In fact, I have a piece, this is again dated this morning. It says January 28th, a new battalion of S400 Triumph surface-to-air missiles went on combat duty in the Air Defense Regiment stationed in the town of Dmitrov near Moscow. Russia's Defense Ministry reported on Friday this morning. It says, of course, on Friday, January 28th, the combat teams of the Surface-to-Air Missile Battalion of the Dmitrov Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment operating within Aerospace Forces Air Defense Formation stationed in the Moscow region, which received a new battalion set of S-400 Triumph systems for service, went on combat alert to provide air defense for Moscow and Russia's central industrial region. I want to read the last part of this, what these systems do. It says Russia's S-400 Triumph, again, is the latest long and medium-range surface-to-air missile systems that have went into service. Again, it is designed to destroy strategic and tactical aircraft, cruise and ballistic missiles, and hypersonic weapons. And it can also be used against ground installations. The S-400 can engage targets at a distance of up to 400 kilometers and an altitude of up to 30 kilometers under intensive enemy fire and jamming. So I don't know how far it is from, where Dmitrov and Moscow is from the edges of their state, but essentially this would be preparing for things to be coming into Russia. If you're following the rest of this, China is urgently sending messages saying, please respond to Russia's safety guarantees. China is basically saying, take them serious right now. I have a piece for that as well. And then we just had a massive grid outage in Central Asia, and it's pretty weird. Again, there are some really strange things here. I'll just tell you a little part of this. Again, a grid failure, and it looks pretty freaking fishy. In fact, 3 countries, I believe, are now accusing each other on this. Let me see if I can find one of the main parts here, and I have it. It says Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan are accusing each other of causing the first massive breakdown of Central Asia's united power grid. Nur Sultan thinks that the system collapsed due to a shutdown of a power unit in Uzbekistan. Tashkent says that the accident happened in Kazakhstan or Kazakhstan's energy network. Well, another version involves a voltage swing at Kyrgyzstan's largest hydroelectric plant. Now, again, we've had multiple countries have their grid go down and then magically have, of course, uprisings, and then they have leaders switch out. This happens in other countries, right? It's always somewhere else. Right now, we are looking at, of course, mainstream headlines and UK intel saying that Russia is planning that for Ukraine. But it also seems that Russia is planning for an actual invasion of their own, for us to be going into Russia. There's a lot here that we can learn from world news. A lot of stuff is being filtered out in the U.S. I wouldn't be surprised if something like this got pushed to the bottom of the barrel. Right now, we are, I believe, if it again, when it does get serious, the media outlets are going to talk it down. They're gonna try to remove all panic away from any of this. And again, that's not something to do either. People need to be told straight so they can prepare. But again, they expect us to be idiots and all run out and do stupid things. They also expect us to not do well. And to be honest, most of us do. So my angle on this is that, I don't want to scare people, but people shouldn't be hit in the side of the head with this. I have talked to too many people lately that don't even know that China and Taiwan are having issues and that Russia and Ukraine are having issues. It seems to me like everything is painted here with the actions, with the movements of the military. Over 140 Navy ships deployed by Russia after 6 landing craft used for invasions. Mines are being set. Mine exploders are being deployed. All of these things are happening, and they're telling us that all of this is drills. How is every country in the world sending their ships and their navies out and putting troops on their border, and it's all for drills? I hope that people wake up that I don't believe this is a drill. I believe that we've been talking about this for 5 years, and vindication will not be a good thing. Countries are preparing for this to be bigger than just Russia takes Ukraine. All of the talks have fallen apart. They are using resources, gas and electricity. We were just told, by the way, Central Asia had this huge power outage and this huge breakdown of their grid. Just a couple days after we were told that there are serious and specific threats to our grid here in the U.S. due to a threat that's within our own country. So there's little things there. Of course, all of these, and that was Associated Press, mind you. They want to be able to go back and say, hey, we told you we had this story first. They always want to be the first to cover it. And they want to be able to go back and be able to say, we had this story before it happened. Pretty much any news agency does. So I hope that people are paying attention right now. I wouldn't be up at 5:30 in the morning doing this if I didn't think it was incredibly serious. I think that people need to wake up. I think that all of a sudden it's going to go from, people are paying attention to everything else to the entire world is going to be paying attention to this. And I know there's a lot of, most of it is being put out there, but not enough of it to be where everyone is focused on this. We usually see after we are talking about it, about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if we have that much time, later on, the entire world is looking. Right now, the entire world is preparing for a massive conflict, and people are still denying it. So I hope people got value out of this. I hope you share this with your friends and family. Make sure to go over to our website, marfooglenews.com, for the links. We also have links over there. If you do want to prep, there's marfooglenews.com/prep. There's stuff there that you can purchase as far as long-term shelf food. There's gadgets. There's all sorts of stuff there at a discount, and it helps our channel. So make sure to go check that out. That's marfooglenews.com. And then again, marfooglenews.com/prep. So I hope to see you guys. I will be linking all of the sources. Most of this is coming from outside of our country, from authoritative sources like TASS. That is a mouthpiece of Russia, but there's facts. They have their bibliography. There is actual sources, and then again, there is Twitter feeds. whole Twitter feeds in the last 10 hours that have popped up. S400 batteries running down the train lines. And again, the public posted those. So I believe we are mostly hearing about this because it could not be hidden. There are over 250 trains headed towards all three places that they have their troopers stationed. They're stormtroopers, right? So this we're down to the wire, folks. So if we need a miracle. We need somebody to say, "Oh, we'll do it. We'll all agree to get along." But if you look, every single country that's involved just exchanged military gear, including India and Pakistan. Now India, in fact, India was just given gear to, or maybe it was Pakistan that was just given serious equipment to fight India. So you're kind of lining up almost every massive enemy, allies and adversaries. We've got it all lined up right now. So you can say this is fear-mongering. But at the same time, I guess at this point, it's only going to take days to figure out if that's the case or not. So have a good day, guys. Love you. We'll see you later. We're going to be doing shows later today. Subscribe to Marfoogle TV, our backup and sister channel. Have a good night. Be safe. Be prepared. And Marf out.